This one's going to be doing a video for the Walking Dead universe and another Walking Dead universe Q&A video for today. We're going to be going over some of your guys' Q&A comments, of course, as per usual. We are ending 2025 here in just a few more weeks, so definitely wanted to do a few more Walking Dead Q&A videos before closing out the year. Walking Dead discussion videos in general have kind of been here and there for me on the channel, just because I find the Walking Dead's been very silent over the last, month or so. We haven't really had all that much ever since Daryl Dixon concluded. So figured these Q&As would kind of be a good way to keep that discussion going, either way, for this. So definitely continue to give your comments and questions down below, because it helps fuel the Walking Dead stuff. Because I'm going to be honest, as a Walking Dead content creator myself, this is a low time for Walking Dead. We haven't really seen this in a while. There's literally nothing. No news, no updates, no nothing. It's dead silence, and I'm shocked about that, because Gimple usually likes to keep us going, on something. But yeah, no, it's been other stuff going on. Stranger Things final season, if you haven't been watching that, that's been great, and other stuff like that. Pluribus has been on, and Welcome to Derry. There's just been more shows going on, you know what I mean? So in terms of review content, I've been busy, but in terms of Walking Dead content, not so much. It's been kind of a quiet time. So, but that's why we're still doing these Q&A videos, because I like to at least do them every week or two here and there to kind of still keep the discussion going for my Walking Dead reviewers and, content creators and, other content, viewers and stuff like that, because it's not just me. Other reviewers, might, want to see some of the videos we do around here, you know what I mean, to kind of be like, oh, there's a topic, we could discuss that. I like to keep Walking Dead videos going on every single day on the channel for y'all. At least I try my best to do so. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but yeah, I try my best to still do that as much as I possibly can. Getting into 2026, though, I'll say if it's this quiet, we may not do daily Walking Dead videos. That's kind of an update for y'all. I might, kind of keep them to every other day if it's this quiet, because I will say it's definitely I'm starting to notice Walking Dead on a daily basis for videos. I don't know if it's working no more, y'all. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's just not enough topics to go around, so it might be every other day. I might do that instead, something like that, but that's kind of the idea for now. So anyway, figured I'd also update y'all on that, because I have been considering that as well too, because I'm noticing daily Walking Dead, it's not really there no more. So we'll keep that going for now, but I feel like as we get to 2026, I might keep it to just every other day, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because Walking Dead is, well, it's not as popular as it once was, you know what I mean? I think we can all acknowledge that. So anyway, let's get into the first one from Jackadoodle, who says, Dan, do you think that we will be getting some kind of new series, some kind of 16 to 24 episode Walking Dead series after the Daryl Dixon show ends, maybe even a redo, or a bring back, or a reviving of The Walking Dead, something like that? Yeah, I feel like they could do that. I don't know if they'll ever go back to 16 episodes for The Walking Dead again, though. That a lot of criticism was put into them for doing that. A lot of filler, a lot of, dragged out plots. A lot of times you'd have an episode or two a season that were kind of nothing was happening type of thing. So I don't know if they would do 16 episodes again. I definitely don't think they would do 24 episodes again. The only way I could see them doing that is if they made a reunion series after the Daryl show, and it was one season, a one-season thing, but it was 24 episodes to really let the viewers live in it for a little while. I could understand that, 100%. I could definitely see that. I don't think they'll ever bring the original show back, but I think we'll get a a type of thing that's kind of like that. You know what I mean? It won't be season 12, but it'll practically be season 12. You get what I'm saying? It'll be one of those. I think they'll do that eventually. But again, we'll have to see, does Gimple still have it in him to do that after all this time? Is he still going to do that, or is he kind of letting that idea go? It's hard to say. I know one thing for sure, though. We're not getting a continuation of The Ones Who Live. So it has to be something else. I'm just not 100% sure if we'll get 16 episodes, 24 episodes again. I don't know if this reunion thing that they're setting up is going to be that long, but again, we'll have to see, because something tells me they're going to want to go big with it, do one season, 10 episodes max, and wrap that up there. You know what I mean? And if we get 10 episodes, I'll be honestly saying we're lucky, because it doesn't feel like Gimple wants to even do this reunion. It feels like he's doing this because AMC is pressuring him to, rather than him actually wanting to do it, which goes to show you the type of showrunner and chief content officer he is. But yeah, no, I genuinely don't think so. I think he's just doing this because AMC is forcing him to. I feel like he's kind of obligated to do something like this, probably because AMC is probably threatening to wrap up The Walking Dead if he doesn't do it. You know what I mean? That's been my theory on it for a while. So, but no, I don't think we'll get 16 episode Walking Dead seasons again. I think we're past that at this point. Even if they had the original show back, I don't know if they would do it. I just don't think they would. I feel like it would be like, it would go back to that criticism that they always kept giving The Walking Dead, which is like dragged out seasons, too many episodes. I think they've heard that out. I think that's why the spinoffs have the lengths of episodes that they do. I think that's why they're doing that. The next one comes from Tristan, who says that, Dan, do you think the CRM could somehow save Daryl, and that could be the image that you made a video on the other day? Do you think that could be potentially because, how else is Daryl and Carol going home? You know, it's funny. I don't think Daryl and Carol are going home. Not at least in this show, I don't think they are. As soon as I heard that they wrapped up filming in Spain, I knew where to set my expectations at. Which I'm not happy about, by the way, because the purpose of the Daryl show is to get his ass back home. I don't think he's going home anymore. I think they're setting up for some other crap where in that thing he'll get home, which is just a lame excuse to keep this thing going, honestly. It's a lame excuse if I've ever seen one. Honestly, I think that Daryl will not go home. I don't think CRM's involved. I think the PPP sign that we saw, the PPP card that we saw in Season 3, Episode 3 of Daryl Dixon was very much just there as an Easter egg. I don't think it'll go anywhere, at least in this show. Could it be in another show at some point, and could there be a purpose for it in another show? Sure, but I don't think it's going to be explained in this season. I don't think they'll answer that until way later on, past this show, past this whole thing. I don't even think Gimple knows what PPP means, if you want my honest opinion. I think Gimple's leaving this around, and he's figuring it out as he goes. That's my theory on it, at least. But again, maybe that's just me. The next one comes from Elijah, who says that, no, there is no way we're getting a Season 4 of The Walking Dead Dead City. They refuse to believe it. So, could Season 3 of Dead City be the final season? I feel like it's if it ain't that, it's gonna be the season after that. Like I said, I personally, I think we'll get 4 seasons. I do. I think we'll get 4 seasons of Dead City. I feel like they're going to line that up with Daryl Dixon, and we'll get 2 more seasons of Dead City, 1 more of Daryl, and that'll be that. Because I think they want to get the same mileage out of each one. The only thing I would say that isn't happening is I think Dead City will not go past 4 seasons. I do think they will end at 4. I think they should. Realistically, I just don't think the show is doing that good to continue past 4. If you see the success, if you see the budget behind Dead City, if you see the way the fans talk about it online, I don't think you should go past 4 seasons. I think 4 is even a stretch. I agree with you. I think 4 is a stretch, but I think that's what they're going to do anyway. I think they're going to try to get that one final push, get as much as they possibly can out of it, and that'll be that. Yeah, like Lauren Cohen saying, like, oh yeah, we could do 5 seasons and beyond. I'm like, sorry, Lauren, I don't think I don't think you're getting that. I don't think that's happening. There's already so many people that have abandoned that show already. I think Dead City will be lucky to have a 4th and final season at this point, and that's just coming from my opinion, of course. If they get a 5th season, I will genuinely say I am shocked beyond words. Honestly, I am shocked beyond words that has managed to happen. And the final one comes from Simba Fan, who says that, Dan, I recognize that your Funko Pop collection is not as much Walking Dead anymore. I notice you've changed it up and added a few other things as you go. Yeah, I figured I'd acknowledge that. Yeah. I mean, Walking Dead it's been gone, guys. It's been dead. Like, this whole year, we've had barely nothing going on. I figured I would add some of the bigger shows and more important shows we've been reviewing on the channel this year. I've added a lot of different things. We've got Invincible there. We've got Pennywise from It, Welcome to Derry. More Invincible, Superman, Stranger Things has been clearing this year. We have some Marvel stuff. We've got a bunch of stuff. House of the Dragon, that's coming back next year. There's just more exciting shows going on, y'all. That's the main reason I've done that. I love my Walking Dead collection, and I do have a lot of them up there and some over there, but I feel like Walking Dead has kind of reached a point where it's like, it shows up every now and then, you know what I mean? It shows up every once in a while, and then it goes away for a long while, and then it kind of comes on back. Like, there's, like, Walking Dead, like, back in the day, like, I'd even say, like, roughly, like, before Ones Who Live times and before, it was, like, the main thing. Like, you always heard about Walking Dead. Now, I find ever since the Ones Who Live ended, it's kind of just been like, okay, Daryl shows up every now and again. Negan and Maggie's show shows up every like 2 years, and then like that's it. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing big going on. There's no big, stuff, happening. That's why I said in my 2026 expectations video, I would love to see The Walking Dead back in the spotlight again. I would love to see Rick back, and for them to make a big final reunion show and bring the viewers back and do a big thing and then conclude it, you know what I mean? So then you're not stuck in this rut that they're in right now, where it's like it's semi-active, but it's not really active, I'd rather them go out on a high note. That's why I've been saying I think we should get a conclusion for The Walking Dead like soon, so that we can look back on fun times, like Stranger Things is doing. Like Stranger Things is wrapping up here literally in about a month, and then that's it. Like, yeah, they're going to do like their little animated spinoff and other little things like that. But like the main story is done. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to appreciate about it, is that, stuff like that, stuff like Better Call Saul, stuff like Breaking Bad, stuff like Stranger Things, they know how to end, damn it, they know how to end. Walking Dead doesn't know how to end. They're hanging on to dear life. They're trying to hang on as much as they can. When your main project is done and your main product is finished, you should be looking at wrapping up, for sure, if you don't have any other ideas. And The Walking Dead is kind of trapped in this, like, we don't know where we're at type of thing, and I can kind of tell that's what they're doing, and they're kind of scrambling to keep it going as long as they can. And I don't think it's going to work for them forever. So, and it's unfortunate, man, because it is my favorite series, through this whole thing. It's my favorite show. So, I mean, I think y'all can tell it's my favorite show. I make the most videos about Walking Dead. Nowadays, maybe not. Nowadays, I don't make as many Walking Dead videos just because I find that there's not much to talk about. But, we do a lot of other videos and other things now. But, I still like to acknowledge Walking Dead as much as I possibly can. But I just don't find there's much to go over, unfortunately, y'all. It's kind of reached that point, so kind of insane. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys all think. Do you guys kind of see where I'm coming from with maybe doing like, bi-daily Walking Dead vids now instead of daily? Kind of let me know what you guys feel about that idea, because I feel like I'm going to have to do that. Walking Dead is just not popular enough anymore to do daily Walking Dead videos. I hate to say it. They'll still be daily videos. They just won't all be Walking Dead. That's kind of the message I'm giving out to y'all. And there's so many shows we cover. Daily videos will keep going. It just won't be daily Walking Dead videos. I feel like I'm reaching that point now as we reach the end of this year, and I'm kind of seeing the state of Walking Dead universe, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know, y'all. I feel like there's other shows we'll have to definitely cover instead, which I'm more than good with, because there is a whole bunch of shows active right now, so they'll always be daily videos. It just won't be Walking Dead every day. That's kind of the idea I'm thinking of right now. I just feel like it's reached that point now to where I kind of have to make that decision, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna make a post about it on the community tab. I'm gonna kind of see where you guys are at on that. I think that makes sense. I've done daily Walking Dead videos for like 10 years, you know what I mean? Like almost 10 years. I feel like I've reached the point now where I gotta kind of tell myself like, yeah, this isn't working no more. I think daily Walking Dead vids, as fun as they are, I think Walking Dead is just not big enough to keep that going. Like, it's good enough to do, like, maybe 4, 5-ish Walking Dead vids a week, but I don't think it's enough to do daily videos for Walking Dead anymore. I think bi-daily, though, is still what we'll do, but I think that's kind of where I'm at with Walking Dead right now. So, and you know whose fault that is, people? It's not my fault. It's Gimple's fault. It's 100% Gimple's fault. And you may say, like, well, Dan, would you rather it be done and there's no Walking Dead? Yes, I would. And then we got all the reunions we wanted and they closed it out a few years ago, 100%. But that's not what we've gotten, y'all. So I feel like now I kind of have to step in and be like, okay, like, I got to be realistic. And for the good of the channel and for the good of what I'm doing here, I think that's where I'm going to have to do it. So I think early 2026, I think I'll start doing, like, bi-daily Walking Dead vids. Now, keep in mind, if there's a bunch of Walking Dead stuff going on, like if the spinoffs are popping off again and Dead City's, airing and Daryl Dixon's airing, well, then, of course, it'll be daily Walking Dead vids. I'm more talking about on the off-season, right? Like, on the off-season when there's not much going on, I just don't know if there's enough to fuel daily Walking Dead vids no more. I don't know if there is. I feel like bi-daily or so is kind of what I'll have to do during the off break, like the off times. And then when the shows are back, it'll be daily, stuff like that. So that's kind of an update I figured I'd throw out to y'all kind of here to get y'all's opinions on it. because obviously I know I got a lot of y'all Walking Dead fans, of course. I know I got a lot of other viewers for other shows as well too, but Walking Dead's my first show that I ever covered, so it is a big deal for sure. So Walking Dead's what got me here. I may cover a lot of other things now, but Walking Dead's what, brought me here, so definitely wanted to acknowledge that for sure. But anyway, that's just a small update for y'all. Let me know kind of how you guys sit on it. Do you agree with it, or do you think, no, I should keep doing daily Walking Dead vids no matter what? Like, I want a realistic answer, though, from y'all. Like, do you think it's sustainable for daily vids? Or do you think Walking Dead should be, like, every other day? You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Because that's where my mind is kind of at, But, again, like I said, daily vids will still happen. I'm just talking about Walking Dead related stuff, That's kind of the vibe there. So, anyway, post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe and tune up to any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for the Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.